What's up, everybody? Devin here. Hope you guys are doing well. It is currently the end of November 2017. December is just right around the corner. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving weekend. I've been meaning to get to this video for quite a while now, and so here we are. So I went on this trip to Northern New Hampshire a few weeks ago and recorded a lot of great stuff. Not specifically a vlog, but I wanted to create a bit of a voiceover to give a bit of story to the clips and give it a bit of context. So recently, until this trip, which was probably about a month ago now, I had been on a bit of a creative block, creative rut, whatever you want to call it, which I'll expand a little bit more on in a different video. But seeing the scenery this weekend and bringing all my camera gear, I just got inspired to create something, to make something. So we were staying at this cabin in Errol, New Hampshire, which is about 3.5 hours north of Portsmouth. The first day we only traveled about 60 miles worth of trails, and we stopped a few times when we found a nice view that we liked, but I got to fly my drone for the first time in months, and it felt amazing. It was just so good to be back in the air, and I saw some of the most beautiful scenery that I've ever captured. And you may have seen my foliage video that I posted last week, and the foliage at this time was still in full swing, even all the way up there. So the leaves were a perfect orange and yellow and red mix. And the coolest thing about being in such a remote area is the possibility of capturing a scene that no one has ever captured and shared before. So like so many times we take the same shots that we've seen taken by others hundreds of times, that we take for granted being able to take a photo or video that is truly unique and never before been captured. We ended the night next to a pond in the middle of nowhere that has these small little boats that you can actually take out on the water and then put them back when you're done. And just the idea that in some places like this, the honor system is trusting enough to allow people to take out 20 plus of these little small boats is pretty remarkable. So the next day we spent about 10 hours riding over about 120 miles, and both days the dust was to the point that you couldn't even see a thing. Like they were in such desperate need of rain, and I know they've gotten a lot since then.
I'm a little dusty.
But we rode down to Berlin, which is over an hour drive just for a car. And the unique thing about Berlin is that it's ATV friendly, and so as you can see here, there's always several other ATVs out on the roads riding around town. And the police look at you and they just kind of turn the other way because they're used to it. They're okay with it. It's cool up there. So that was pretty that was probably one of my favorite parts of the trip is being able to ride out there on the main roads. And so we made the drive up to the Jericho warming hut, which I've been to a dozen or so times now. Usually it's in the winter, and the fireplace is incredible during those north winters. I think the last time that I was up there, it was about negative 40 degrees. So it was a little bit warmer this time, and I got the chance to fly the drone again for the sunset and captured some breathtaking views. Nothing but mountains as far as you can see.
Once again.
So we made the 3-hour trip back to Errol after that, and for the first time in my life, we saw 2 moose out on the trail. They stopped just about 30 feet from us to our side, which, to be honest, was a little scary considering we probably could have driven underneath them. Unfortunately, it was too dark to actually capture, so you'll just have to take my word for it, I guess. And the next morning, I recorded a video around the house, just like a short video showing off the house that I'm going to send to the owner of the cabin. And it has a bunch of cool stuff, like pool table, ping pong table, darts. It has everything that you can imagine. It's just filled with New England sports gear, which was so cool. So after that, we packed our things and we left the cabin. And on our way back, we made a few stops to pick up a moose to remember the trip by at a local general store. It was like the only store around. Alright, we're just leaving Arrow right now. We saw a moose last night. Kayleen, what do you got?
I got ourselves a little moose.
Hey, what's it say?
Errol, New Hampshire.
And where did we see the moose?
In Errol, New Hampshire.
Alright.
He's got a little friend for the tree.
And another little friend for the tree. How exciting. So many mooses.
So many moose. We saw 2 moose. We got 2 moose.
And as we got closer to Berlin, I noticed a ramp in the clouds off in the distance, just off the side of the road. And I had remembered watching a Red Bull video earlier this year about this area, and it dawned on me that we're passing the Nansen ski jump. So we're right outside of the Nansen ski jump, which is actually just right next to Berlin. We're just driving through and just happened to see this on the side of the road. And saw a video Red Bull did last year. They actually restored it and had someone jump, and it's actually a Olympic ski jump. And there was an event last year, and if you could see, there's a couple people actually climbing up it, which is crazy. The walk up is pretty intense, but I just flew the drone around and it looks so sick. And just this year, the town had remodeled the jump that was vacant for over 30 years and held an event with the first skier to attempt the jump in all that time. Like back in the day, this was the first and largest ski jump in the entire country, and they held many Olympic events there. But the hike up is almost at a complete 90-degree angle, so I just figured it'd be easier to fly my drone up as close as I could, and got some pretty cool footage of a few climbers that climbed up. And so the sun started to set, and we headed home, and it was just an absolutely picture perfect weekend. The weather was nice, it was nice and warm. Just overall a great time, and really what I needed to get some inspiration and some creativity back. And so here we are. Hope you guys enjoyed this attempt at a vlog. I'll try and do more in-person narration in the future, but sometimes it's nice to just take in the moment to talk about them later once you know a little bit more about what's going on. So anyway, guys, I'm Devin LaBrie. I'm a videographer, photographer, and graphic designer on the New Hampshire seacoast. Consider subscribing if you'd like to see more. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next video.